On behalf of the Internal Medicine Residency Program at Advocate Christ Medical Center, welcome. I'm Armand Krikorian and I'm the Residency Program Director. I really look forward to meeting you all in person and getting to know more about you. Advocate Christ is a unique place. It's a tertiary level care center. It's a level 1 trauma center. We're located in the southwest side of Chicago and we're a 750-bed hospital with world-class care. We have a heart transplant center with a major LVAD center and a major ECMO center in the region. Our program has a lot of unique characteristics and I hope that you will take the time to learn more about it. We have a fantastic group of faculty dedicated to teaching. We have an amazing group of residents who are truly functioning as a family, and we have a very supportive environment from the entire administration. Our program has a lot to offer and we look forward to an exciting time together in the years coming.
Why did you choose ACMC?
So I chose to come here. I was born here. I'm from the southwest suburbs. The patient population has just been so much learning, very sick patients, but so much to learn from.
Diversity of pathology that we see here. Not only do you get your bread and butter medicine, COPD exacerbation, heart failure exacerbation, but you also get really rare cases, like we had a case of HLH, we have a case of acquired factor deficiency, multi-organ failure in the ICU, and I don't think you get that on just like a regular community hospital.
Coming into residency, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do fellowship versus hospice medicine, and I knew that this program would prepare me well for both.
I wanted to find something that has the facilities to advance me, I guess, professionally, and everyone's basically a family.
I actually chose Advocate Christ. First and foremost, probably just for the size. It's in a suburban setting, but you get the feel of an urban hospital. We have an LVAD program, a huge advanced heart failure program. So I knew the acuity of the patients that I was going to see at the hospital was going to be, unmatched in the area.
As a medical student, I was really torn between wanting to go to a university level program and a community level program because I knew that I wanted kind of all the academics and the medical technology and the exposure to high level care that university programs offer, but it was also really important to me to be in a community setting where you could really get one-on-one with the patients and not have too much space between yourself and the care that the patient was getting. Christ has a very strong reputation in this area of being a very good mix between those two things.
We get the opportunity to see a diverse set of pathology and patients every day, and so it's a really great place to learn, and I know it's going to prepare me for wherever I go after this.
I felt like it had basically everything that I would want in a program. It has, even though it's a community hospital and it has that family feel, it has all of the pathology and the tools that would be available to you at an academic center. The critical care experience here, I think, is pretty much unmatched.
What are the strengths of ACMC?
The strength of the ACMC so far, I would have to say, is definitely the people. Everyone's so warm and willing to help, regardless of what service you're on, or what you're doing, or how busy anyone else is.
We have people from the suburbs, from the inner city, like really old people, really young folks with all sorts of medical conditions, and I've never been any place quite like it where there's just such a good mix of everything.
It's really a place that you can call home here. It's a place that I think a lot of us and most of us are actually really excited to come to work to every day. And it's a place that really challenges you and pushes you out of your comfort zone.
Everyone's super supportive and they've been so welcoming throughout this new process that it's made everything else so much easier.
Christ being probably one of the top hospitals with the most COVID patients in Illinois/Chicago put, I think, Christ, at a advantage to showcase really how well our program takes care of our residents. So our program really did, I think, respond in a positive light, and I have nothing negative to say about how the COVID pandemic kind of went, at least from a resident perspective.
There is a diverse patient population, so you get to treat a lot of patients with different pathologies, which is really good for you as a resident. It just prepares you for the outside world, and also you have really good attendings that are really happy and willing to teach on anything that you ask them.
What has been your most memorable experience as a resident at ACMC?
Oh, my birthday. We ate a bunch of cake, donuts, coffee, sugar rush.
My first month of floors, I came to work laughing every day. Really quickly, we had inside jokes amongst each other, and it made coming to work really fun.
I
got my first saline placed within the first like 30 seconds, and everyone was shocked, and I was shocked, and was like, is it really in? I don't know.
When I went down to the ER for a MICU consult, the intensivist and I floated a transvenous pacemaker, and the patient then was paced and out of complete heart block until the cardiologist could evaluate the patient.
In the ICU, we had a patient that came up first thing in the morning, was not doing well, needed a line placed. So my senior had enough faith in me that she said, no, you should do it. So I placed the central line in like under 20 minutes, first poke. And doing that, first of all, as an intern in general, but in July as an intern, I think is not an experience you have anywhere else.
Intern retreat. So at the end of our intern year, our whole class went to the city on a scavenger hunt. It was a lot of fun to see everybody outside of work, get a little competitive.
I think the most memorable, given recent national pandemic, is working in the COVID unit, in the floors in the ICU. The program really rallied around us to help us kind of through that difficult time taking care of all these patients.
I was on the floors, had a crashing patient. We were at bedside immediately, started giving them meds, transfused blood, put in a cordis line, all at bedside, done by myself and our team. The patient ended up doing great. We got them to the ICU shortly afterwards. They went to the GI lab. Good outcome, a great experience early in my second year.
My first week in the ICU, so I started on nights and I was able to actually put in a cordis on my second day. So just having that really supportive learning environment and being able to step in there and get involved felt really rewarding.
When I was on ICU nights, we continued the tradition of going to breakfast after the last night, and my senior was very keen on going. We had a good time. That was very fun.
What's your plan post-residency and how did Chris prepare you?
I'm planning to take a year of hospitalist medicine and apply during my third year, basically as I graduate for allergy and immunology. I think the exposure to the diverse patient population that I got there definitely prepared me. I'm looking forward to working as a hospitalist and then to pursue my dream of becoming an AI physician soon.
I'm going to be a chief resident next year, and Christ prepared me by providing an intense training along with a wide variety of pathology and very good didactics.
So I'm actually going to be one of the chiefs next year, which I'm really excited about. And then after that, I'm looking to go into critical care. Spend a lot of time in the ICU, and then we have a lot of elective time where we can go and work in the neuro-intensive care unit and the trauma ICU and down in the ED, and we just get really good exposure. We feel very comfortable taking care of very sick patients by the time we're done.
So my plan post-residency will be hospice medicine. I'm looking into being an academic hospice, and I feel that I have so much flexibility with the training that I've received in Christ.
I'm hoping to do 1 year as like a critical care hospitalist, nocturnist, and then apply to crit care at the end of my third year. Christ has exceptional opportunities with critical care exposure. We, in some facets, operate as fellows because there aren't any critical care fellows, and so our exposure to very sick patients in the ICU is abundant, and that's just an extraordinary experience for people wanting to do critical care.
I'm planning to apply to infectious disease fellowships, and I think you get to have a lot of opportunities on different committees and meet with your attendings on a very personal level.
Hopefully pursuing a fellowship in GI. GI physicians here are great, a lot of teaching and procedures that you're able to get into, see it, and really gives you a taste for the specialty as well.
So my plan post-residency, fingers crossed, is to do endocrinology fellowship, so I'm currently applying for that. The program, I think, prepares everybody really for what they want to do, depending on whether that's specializing or not specializing, doing hospitalist or outpatient work. We get exposure to all of those areas as residents, so I feel like it's easier for us to kind of decide relatively early what kind of space we want to occupy.
I feel this program prepared me for cardiology fellowship by providing a big exposure, a huge exposure to a wide variety of cardiology cases.
So I'm interested in outpatient primary care medicine, specifically women's health. We get a lot of good exposure here. I actually have done a few of the outpatient blocks, so I felt like it really prepared me to what outpatient medicine will be like.
What advice do you have for applicants?
My advice to applicants during this whole process would be to just be yourself, because ultimately you want to be happy at the program you're going to end up for the next 3 years, and showing who you really are will give you the best opportunity to find out what team you're going to mesh the best with and where you're going to be the most comfortable.
The most important thing is when you're looking at any program, try to find a program where the people seem like somewhere you're going to mesh with well, and it's going to feel like a big family, because you can learn anything anywhere, but to have a supportive group can be the most important thing.
Every program kind of has a lot of the same things. People want to go into the same fellowships, but I think it comes down to who you want to spend the next 3 years with.
You are going to learn medicine anywhere. I would argue that you learn the best medicine here at Christ, but you can learn medicine anywhere. So if you're going to learn medicine and enjoy where you work, that's where you should go.
Well, first apply because it's awesome. Be yourself in an interview.
If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be?
That is a good question.
Disappear. And why? I cannot say.
Okay, perfect.
Probably to fly. I love to travel, enjoy culture, so this would allow me to explore different cultures, food and music, so that would be my superpower.
To speak any language in the world. I think it'd just be a really cool way to communicate with others and try to blend in and travel different places. And
If you could have a staycation in Chicago, what would you do?
Just roam around Lake Michigan. I really want to go to Alinea, obviously. I think that would be great. Basically just have like a treat yourself bougie day.
There's a lot of good restaurants here in Chicago, and my favorite is in West Loop. It's called Abba. It's a Mediterranean place. I highly recommend it if you guys come visit.
My ideal staycation in Chicago would be to try all the different deep dish pizza spots.
Explore the coffee shops. There's always so many places to go downtown, and as residents and interns, we actually always meet up and just decompress together.
Kind of bar hopping around Cindy's, then make my way to the West Loop, maybe Federales, and then top it off with the Hancock Tower after.
You had to have dinner with a famous person, dead or alive. Who would it be and why?
Jay-Z, just because he's a business mogul. He would probably give me a lot of ideas on how to maneuver life outside of medicine and make money.
I'd pick Aristotle, probably because he had the greatest influence on Western civilization.
It's going to be Fela Kuti. He's unfortunately passed, but he was the pioneer of a genre of music called Afrobeats. He was also an activist for civil rights in Nigeria. He did, a lot of things, caused a lot of trouble, asked a lot of questions to the authorities, and yeah, he was very famous for that.
You could be any condiment. What would it be and why?
That's a tough question.
The condiment I would be definitely hot sauce. Everyone needs a little spice.
I want to be Cholula, I think, because it makes everything better, but it doesn't take over the underlying thing that you are putting it on top of.
Probably pickles. Just as they're my favorite, but I could not think of anything with that. Is pickles a condiment?
Probably salsa. Low calories, healthy. It's gotta be salsa. Put it on everything.
Hot pepper. To make everything spicy.
What would be the theme song of your life?
So no one told you life was gonna be this way.
The theme song to my life right now would be Killing Me Softly. Well, yeah, I know that's...
Oh, Diva by Beyonce.
Oh, I love it! Perfect.
My shot from the musical Hamilton. I am not throwing away my shot, and every day I, you can think about that walking into work, I am the ALEXANDER. We are meant to be.
But the first thing that came to mind was the song Happy. I think it's a Pharrell song.
I've been in a Hall & Oates kick lately, so we'll say Making My Dreams Come True. I'll be jamming that every day.
Sugar by Maroon 5. Sprinkle a little sugar on everything and life will be good.
Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We are the Chief Residents at the Advocate Christ Internal Medicine Residency Program.
We know this year has been atypical, to say the least, but we're really excited to meet you guys.
We can't wait for you to learn more about our program. We think our program has a ton of strengths, as you've already heard, and so we're really excited for you to experience it.
If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can find our email on our website or reach out to any of the individual residents as well.